This is a next level strategy to dominate your online dynasty in the transfer portal. So first thing we're going to do is just show you what you need in order to get it. So you'll need Program Builder, which is going to take 5 playoff wins to unlock, and you'll be in the inside track. You want to get Portal Preview Tier 2. Tier 1's a good one anyway because you're going to get 25% more XP. But once we have this, then we're going to want to go over to the recruiting tab. It's early National Signing Day for me, but it'll be recruiting nonetheless. And we'll go over to My School. And we get into My School, all the different grades. When we scroll down to Northwestern here, you can move around and look at any of the grades, and you'll be able to see players who are looking at transferring. So right now, targeting playing style, Humphreys, the wide receiver, 78 overall. He's very likely to transfer. So now we're going to go look at him in the roster. So we're going over team, view roster, and we're going to scroll all the way down to Northwestern. And I realize this is taking a little while, but I wanted to show you guys this in real time, the effort and energy it takes to get into it. So we're going to go down to wide receiver, look at Humphreys. He's a freshman redshirt. He's from Ohio, 6'3", 170, speedster. And he was a former 3-star, so not bad. But when we look at his caps, he does not have very many caps, and his quickness is wide open, as well as his elusiveness, which are things that I care about. So if we count his caps, he only has 9 caps. Those 9 mean that he's got a very high chance to being a star or elite dev. Most likely going to be a star, but because he has less than 15 caps, he's somebody that we want to keep track of and put on our Excel sheet that we're keeping track of. So here's our Google Sheet where we keep track of everything. We put the leftmost column, hey, he is going to transfer. The next column over is going to be what rating am I going to give him? Scale of 1 to 10, how bad do I want him? You can use that however you want. I keep track of what their in-game rating was before. They were a 3-star. Their position, got to put their name in there. Then the next one, if I can spell properly, is going to be the college. That's critical for when you're looking for a player in the transfer portal. I usually sort by college to try and find the players I'm looking for. We want to keep his overall in there. We keep track of all this stuff. The big things for me are speed and strength, and then also the speed caps. How many are there? Because I want to be able to develop speed and I want to be able to develop strength. Not all of it's always going to be for wide receivers, but some of it is. We want to keep track of the cap totals. So you'll see that here in a minute where we put in the 9 because 9 really suggests that he's probably going to be a star dev. So it's critical that we keep that in there. And then we want to know that he has 3 years left. We're going to have 3 training camps with him. So that's what I like to keep track of on my Google Sheet. So that's how I like to handle scouting and keep track of the data. So when I go to Transfer Portal, I have all the information I need to be able to get the players that I want and need and make a decision on who I want more or less. Sometimes the player's going to be interested, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're going to be in the pipeline, sometimes they're not. For the guy that we just saw, he's not going to be in our pipeline, so it may or may not work out. But if he's a 3-star, he could very easily not get recruited. And with him being 78 overall, he probably will be a 3-star. 4-stars get recruited really heavily, so you don't really have as good a chance out of pipeline to get him. But when they're a 3-star, you have a pretty solid shot. So you just kind of have to weigh against, what are other schools doing? What are you doing? Am I going to be able to get this guy? Am I not going to be able to get this guy? And that's where your rating that you put on him of how bad do you want him really helps. Like, am I willing to take a risk even though I might not get this guy? So hopefully all this information helps and lets you guys know one of the strategies you can do to really dominate your transfer portal if you're willing to put in the work. This is a lot of work. I spend a lot of time doing this. It takes a lot of effort and energy to do this, but my team reflects that. And when you want to win more than you want anything, these are the things that you got to be willing to do at times. So this isn't a strategy for everybody, but for the people who it is, I think this is going to make your team a lot stronger and give you a much better chance at winning your online dynasty. So hopefully this helps. If you have questions, please comment, ask whatever you want. And yes, I do realize this is a bit ridiculous, but I'm also a bit successful. having 11 years of online Dynasty, and I've won 8 of the national titles. Because I've won so many, nobody else has been able to access CEO other than me, which is its own benefit in and of itself. So at least it's working for me. But good luck. Ask me questions if you have any.